Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here, and we are going to be breaking down my outlook on the market, what my new revised prediction is in terms of OMI price for end of this year, because I haven't spoken about that in a while. And I'm just going to be going through exactly what you need to be aware of in the coming days and weeks when it comes to, whether you're staking OMI, whether you're holding OMI, whether you're buying, selling, or just things to be aware of in general. And we'll also touch a little bit on the drop that we just recently had, linked with what I believe the next drop will include as well, just based off of what I can see. So first off, I have been obviously accumulating OMI for a while, and I recently had a buy order go in. I'll try and zoom in for you guys so you can see. So you can see I had a buy order. I bought nearly 10 million OMI in one order at 0.00112. Now, the reason I went with 0.00112 is the buy pressure at 0.0011 was just way too high. Like there was so many buy orders at the price. I knew, it was going to be hard for that to fill. People are going to see that and they're going to be like, hey, there's too much buy pressure at that price point, so, probably not sell that low. What I do believe is going to happen, though, as you can see, is we are kind of bouncing around this support of kind of like 0.114, and we are still within this descending channel. Now, in the coming days, I believe, let's just see, so around about here, so let's see, that is the 22nd, so in about 5 days from now, right? I would say within 5 days from now, we'll kind of know a bit more whether, we can finally start to expect a breakout. However, what I do suspect is we will probably just continue to trade sideways until, Bitcoin stops tanking. Even if Bitcoin goes to around about 20k, I don't think OMI is going to break below 0.0011 because it's already proven itself as this being extremely strong support. If we just go down, so we can see, at 113 there's about 15 million OMI, and then let's see if we go lower, freaking hell, at 11 there's over 50 million OMI, and yeah, at 0105, yeah, we can see like another, what's that, is that 20 million, that's 20 million, that's 24 million. Yeah, there's this crazy buy order, so it's going to be hard to break those buy walls down. Now, that being said, can it happen? Yeah, absolutely. Some people who maybe own quite a lot of OMI, they might think that Bitcoin is too good to pass up, and they're going to go with the Bitcoin. However, I don't believe that we are going to see the triple zeros anymore. I know there was a lot of speculation around, hey, we're going to go to triple zeros. But I've made a bet with Cavell. Cavell, I understand that we won't see triple zeros in the next 30 days. So, let's see what happens there. But reason why I think that the market is going to start to stabilize is this happens all the time. Is uncertainty. Uncertainty is what drives destability, and that was with regards to the Fed's interest rate hike. Now, yesterday it was confirmed that it's going to be a 0.75 hike, which is the biggest it's been in about, what's that, like nearly 30 years. So, if anyone doesn't know, the more that you increase interest rates, the more expensive it becomes to borrow money. If it's more expensive to borrow money, then, there's less money that's going around for people to spend. And if there's less money going around for people to spend, then, prices generally go down. Opposite, if there's more money because it's cheaper to borrow and everyone has money to spend, then prices will go up. And that's the thing that they need to curb is inflation. Inflation is starting to run away. Realistically, I think inflation was probably like closer to 20%, even though they say it's like 8% or something. So what can we expect coming up? So I believe that we weren't going to hit the triple zeros. However, there are a few concerns that people have had. One of those concerns has been, my crypto's on an exchange, should I pull it off, etc. I would normally recommend, always kind of having your crypto on a hardware wallet anyway. I have let's see, I keep a Nano Ledger S. For those who don't know what Nano Ledger S is, basically a crypto hardware wallet. It's fairly inexpensive nowadays. It used to be more expensive when they were hard to come by, but it basically allows you to keep your crypto, you know, in cold storage. You know, your wallet isn't web-based, it is, you know, hardware-based. So, you know, your transactions, you sign them all offline and everything. But, you know, I would start to get really concerned about, you know, leaving crypto on exchanges only if we start to see the collapse of these high yield DeFi platforms. So typically, you know, exchanges, yes, in the past, it was quite risky. You know, we had Mt. Gox and some other kind of smaller exchanges that kind of just, you know, went bust. Nowadays, they have much better risk management. You know, Ascendex is what I'm using quite a lot. You know, they have pretty good risk management I've seen, and you know, historically they've done quite well with their customers. Now, that being said, you know, platforms such as Celsius, for example, that one's been coming under heavy fire, FreeAC as well. You know, any of these platforms where they are involved in a lot of lending and borrowing, that's where I would be concerned. If any of those start to go bust, then I would be like, okay, maybe it's time to reconsider leaving crypto on exchanges, staking, etc. However, you know, exchanges are kind of lower down that food chain in terms of risk. You know, I would say high yield DeFi platforms, and then, you know, the kind of smaller exchanges that provide, you know, these liquidity pools, you know, that don't have very good risk management, and then kind of further down the more established exchanges which do provide, you know, staking opportunities as well. Typically, I wouldn't expect a exchange such as Ascendex to go bust before, you know, Celsius, for example. So I'm going to be carefully watching these DeFi platforms, seeing what's happening. I know that Celsius has lowered their margin for liquidation from, you know, it's like 22k down to 16.8k. So if Bitcoin drops below 18k, I'll be very concerned at that point. Until that happens, slightly concerned, but not too concerned. We'll just have to wait and see. So on that point, we did have the update for the next drop, which is going to be Blue from Jurassic World, and it's 3D animated. Now, here's something interesting, right? We had the posters confirmed today. Now, we had the T-Rex first in terms of the 3D digital drop, and the T-Rex poster is here. Now, for the next 3D digital drop, we're having Blue, and the Blue poster is here. So, who could we expect next? I believe, my prediction is we'll get the Dilophosaurus, and I think that makes sense because that one is a third poster, and I believe that they'll do the free digital collectible for that as well. Sorry, my bird's just going a bit crazy. Dinosaurs evolved from birds as well. If those no, birds evolved from dinosaurs. For those who don't know, which is quite interesting. So some people said that the T-Rex evolved into the chicken, rooster or whatever, chicken. So yeah, that's quite interesting. But yeah, lastly, you know, like I said, OMI price is holding steady at 0.116. I believe it will hold there. Probably not going to drop below 0.11. If it does, I really don't think it's going to go to triple zeros just because of how much buy pressure is. But we are still staying, you know, as expected in this descending channel. Like I said, in the next 5 days or so, we will find out more whether we are going to break out or if we're going to go down lower. I believe we'll probably just trade sideways. You know, I think the worst in the crypto market has happened for now, unless, and this can happen, unless we get some sell-offs from big whales that try and liquidate, you know, platforms like Celsius, and then that triggers like a cascade of liquidations and sell-offs. That's when we're in trouble. You know, we've seen it happen before. So that's what, again, like I said, I'm going to be very carefully watching these DeFi platforms, seeing what happens, you know, if they're at risk of liquidation. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will be going to Singapore tomorrow, so I'll be there all of next week. So I'll try and do some streaming. I'll be at the Crypto Expo Asia. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated with the developments on that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, please do like and subscribe, support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.